So today's class is all about something that we need to move deeply is this subtle betrayal of ourself, not the self that identify, but being aware of that just purely it happens because we try to we don't abandon ourselves louder. That's why this is very hard to notice unless you are on a very deeper level of your practice. We abandon ourselves with a very soft, quiet agreement we make against our own aliveness. That means life. Um, when there is a need to speak that sentence, we do not speak that. We soften our boundaries just to fit into a community or to a society. So what happens is the aliveness becomes diluted then. That means the truth is diluted and we recognize into something more digestible uh, to work with our identity. So over time, this self that extremely polite, extremely trying to be kind, extremely trying to be generous, what happens if that constantly shift? Not false, but we get into a place of functional. And that self that survives but does not fully live because people see life as an age that has lived longer life. But can that be just survival but not fully lived? So that self maintains connection but quietly loses connection with its own death because it goes on a ritual now. This is friends, this is relationships, these are families. So, what happens if that original flavor of life becomes diluted? It loses its intensity, it loses its flavors, it loses its nutrients. So what makes more subtle is that it often hides inside what we call spiritual maturity. We call it compassion when it is actually avoidance. We call it awareness when it is distance. We call it peace when it is the absence of the disturbance rather than presence of truth. Now, do you get where I'm leading? Because it's a very subtle navigation here, because we can navigate it into someone to being kind, because it can be totally conditioned. Someone to be generous, someone to be spiritually mature, someone to be a great fix to the overall society. But can you see that the deeper question is not am I aware, but is my awareness allowing me to feel or protecting me from feeling? Because there's totally a great numbness happening here. So this class is a bit more deeper, so don't take it so verbally, try to go into the depth of it, because that is the one that we need to gently witness. It can trouble you, because then suddenly, if you have taken the spiritual identity or the elevate identity or the social leader or the social etiquette or religious, just inquire yourself, is this something that I am trying to be sensitive, but I have taken the aliveness of it? Aliveness is totally different than a scripture, so which is very, very important. So saying that I will move the camera towards Darren, no matter whatever you're going, I want you to come with that and sit with that. Not to take another identity, but take a deep breath in and very gently allow that. The topic is the quiet betrayal of self. So close your eyes, feel the body. Notice where you are holding yourself together, where you are containing your expression to remain acceptable. Let awareness descend into this space. Feel the moment where you said, but you something inside withdraw. Where does that live in your body? Stay with that sensation. Do not fix it. Do not translate it. Let the body speak without the language. Let the body speak without the language. Shoulders roll back. Lift up that space of the sternum and the chest. And breath out and release. Now the next breath, I want you to breathe in and look up into the third eye. The energy of it focusing and holding that breath without lifting up the shoulders too much. And breathe out. And then I want you to sense the feet, the sensation, the tingle, the lightness of the feet, lightness of the hands. If there's nothing happening, don't force it. Take another deep breath in. Look into the space of the third eye. Feel the moment. Breath out and feel that feet, feel that fingertips, toes, and bring that lightness back into it. Now take a deep breath in and twist the spine to the right, stomach, very, very gently pulled in. And I want you to experience a couple of more breaths on the right side, where there's a place within you untouched by performance. There's a place in you unshaped by approval. There is a place that unmoved by the subtle negotiations of belonging, wanted to fit into a place. Now take a deep breath in and very gently come back. Shoulders relax, chest open, elevate the space of the heart. Change the formation of the legs. Feel the lower ribs, middle ribs and upper ribs and the spine. Take a deep breath in and very gently twisting the spine to the other side. And engage a couple of more breaths. And I'm just trying to get you into a place that has never rehearsed itself. So this was not the posture we have taken onto the right. This is not the posture we have taken before to the left. This is a posture that never edited its truth, never adjusted its breath to remain welcome or to find ease. Take a deep breath in, come back into the center. Our shoulders relax and chest open. Lift up the space of the heart. Breath out and collapse the spine and roll the spine. Feel that subtleness. Feel that weight is like consciously being dropped, but the fragileness coming from being aware of that. Because we hold, sometimes human lives are not lived from this place, but from the slow, almost invisible departure from it. Not just through trauma alone, but through the refinement, through becoming good, through becoming understanding, through becoming someone other than can remain close to. This is not saying to practice your madness or anything. It is not. It is just becoming aware of the polarity of the same thing. Being good, being right, being avoiding the wrong. Breathing in, tongue roll up onto the upper palate, energy gaze onto the third eye, and engage the anus, engage and pull the navel, and very gently have that throat subtly becoming aware of it, and breathe out and collapse the spine. So over the time, this becomes the identity, not because, as I say, because it's wrong or it's false, but it is functional. Being this nice person, using the right words, become nice. And that self that survives but does not fully live. Breathing in into a gentle space of the spine. There is no force to elongate. There is no force to collapse, but where it sits. Now very gently breathe out and walk those palms into the front, and you can take the ankle lock and come into the Sukhasana to drop the body a little bit. And then very gently walk those palms towards the right and feel that elongation on the left ribs, right ribs. Walk those palms, clench and unclench. Just observe, you're taking the body with the breath. You're monitoring the mind. So what happens, what makes this more subtle is that often we hide inside that we call this place of understanding, loving, kind, spiritual maturity because we have the vocabulary now. But just observe whether it is a place of compassion when it is avoidance. Maybe we are calling it awareness when it is distance. Because you don't have to deal with it when there is distance. Maybe we call it peace when it is the absence of the disturbance that always happen into us, rather than the presence of the truth. Is that what? Because people are saying to me, I'm going to go to the mountains, I'm going to go to the rivers, I'm going to go to the beach. I want that silence. Is that avoidance of something? Of course, enjoy the beach. Back into the center. And very gently take a deep breath in and breath out and move that elongation very gently on towards the left. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to unhook the tightness of the hip, the knee, and release the extension of the right side from the left side holding, and coming to a place of a middle path. The posture and the stretch is not so much force. Because it's very important to understand this place, because this is the beginning of a deeper question. Is not am I aware, but is my awareness allowing me to feel or protecting me from feeling? Most of the medication does this, but it doesn't mean that you're feeling the right thing without it also. So it's just whatever I'm feeling, am I at peace with it? Because I'm really observing it rather than reacting onto it, want to numb it, whether it's a itch, whether it's a scratch, whether it's a bloating, whether it's a pain. Back into the center. So there comes a moment where being kind, being compassion, being aware, being understanding is no longer enough, because something deeper begins to ask for honesty without rearrangement. Now, without that rearrangement, because some people come to honesty, they say, I need to change the partners, I need to change the place of work, I need to change of this. So they rearrange things. So very gently come back, shoulders relax, chest open. Now stretch the neck to the right. These are very psychosomatic movements, so you have to breathe into the space because you may be holding certain patterns, can be only held and held in the part of the body. Back into the center, onto the other side. Back into the center, shrug the shoulders up, tilt the head back, massage the back of the skull, shrug it up. Now open and close the mouth wider, releasing the tension of the jaw, releasing the tension where the teeth, the biting, the frustration. That's not exercise verbally because you want to be polite. Chin to the chest and collapse. Now take a deep breath in and very gently shoulders relax and chest open. Now very gently come onto the knees onto a place of the cat. Very gently unlocking the folding of the ankles, unfolding them, the knees, the armpit. Right arm reaching up to the ceiling. Very gently clench and unclench. Right arm reaching into the back, completely touch the floor. Breathe out to the cat. Breathing in into a cow. Breathing into a neutral spine, left arm reaching up to the ceiling, into the back, onto the floor, onto a cat, onto a cow, onto a neutral cat. Give a great rotation to the right side by moving the hips on a circular motion, engaging the digestion to the space of that. Allow the other side to happen a little bit more wider. Now, without straining onto the knees, holding through the pelvic floor, pushing the hips forward, pushing the hips into the back, pushing the hips forward. Now, knees wide apart, and very gently stretch the spine into the back. Take a moment. The emphasis of the class is the quiet betrayal of self. So the presence without editing is very important. For truth without softening its edges. This is the beginning of non-betrayal. It is not a path of improving it, but it is a path how well we can remain in it. So close the eyes and feel the body. Notice where you're holding yourself together. Where are you containing your expression to remain acceptable? Let awareness descend into the body. Feel a moment where you said yes, but something inside withdrew, or something inside withdrew. Where does that live in your body? Stay with the sensation, do not fix it. This is not about getting the breath correct, the movement correct, the stretch correct. Do not translate this. Let the body speak in its own way, without the language, without your interpretation, because you interpret everything. So now very gently take a deep breath in and coming back, shoulders relax back onto the space of the cat. Tongue roll up onto the place of the cow. And a very gentle neutral spine. Now right arm reaching up, clench and unclench right arm, reaching into the back under the armpit. Very gently, you can stretch the left arm into the front. Take a moment to stretch and feel this posture. Open up the places that you need to become aware of it. Whether it's a jaw, whether it's a throat, whether it's a chest. Notice where you hold a shape and just gently bring that awareness and the breath so that the shape dissolve. Let that part return to its natural intelligence because you have changed the intelligence of that part by taking a path to fit into a certain, let's say, a color, a club, or to a place of living on a geographical level, or the state of the gender. So bring into the awareness a moment of a quiet self-betrayal. Feel it without the story. Where is it held? Stay, stay, breathe, allow. Now take a deep breath in and very gently we are coming back into the space of the cat. Shoulders relax and chest open. Breathing in into a cow. Breathing into a neutral spine. Shoulders relax and chest open. Take a deep breath in and left arm reaching up, clench and unclench. Left reaching into the back and under the armpit. Right arm reaching into the front, shoulders relax. That gentle space, bringing awareness. Nothing to fix, nothing to change, just the sensation is alive. Most of it, all observation is unfiltered. Silently recognize I don't need to become more myself. I only need to stop living. Because some people becomes totally dramatic about them from this to I want to be myself. Oh, I want to show people that I'm myself, but that's not I'm asking. I'm asking you to return gently, carrying this recognition not as a memory of the past to fix, but as a lived truth. Take a deep breath in very gently, coming back, shoulders relax and just open. Now, very gently push the hips into the front, into the back, crawling and bringing the chest into the front. Shoulders relax. Shoulders relax. Move the hips side to side. Drop the belly. Elbows onto the floor, and let's start with the gentle cobra. Let the body be received by the earth, not placed, not definitely arranged into a posture, but to receive. Feel the weight of your body as the truth. There is nothing to hold together, nothing to maintain, nothing to perform. Now let the breath move without guidance. Notice any subtle effort to do this well. Let that soften. This is not a practice of relaxation. This is a practice of no longer leaving yourself. And that we all have come so far together. So I have been guiding you for many, many years in this practice of no longer leaving yourself. But it took so many years and years of peeling it off, peeling it off, peeling it off. Yet some part of the peeling you are attached to it. Bring awareness to the right hand, left hand, shoulders, each part from within. Let awareness inhabit the body rather than observe from distance. Now relax the third eye onto the floor. Roll gently over the third eye. Allow the sensation rather than naming. Now palms comes back where the elbows are, breathing in into up face. You're going to hold this up face if you can, and elevating as a field. Notice where you are still holding yourself together. Where are you containing your truth to remain acceptable? Do not answer, just feel. Breathe out towards a down face. Allow a moment to arise where you said, okay, I'll do it, but something inside said no. Let the body show you. Where does that moment live? Stay there. Do not fix, do not resolve it, just remain. Left leg up into the back, left knee to the chest. Stretch back, left knee to the left elbow. Stretch back, left knee to the right elbow. Stretch back, left foot into the front. Arm stretching to the back, interlacing the fingers. Engage the pelvic floor. Observe how you hold, how you're clinging into the balance. Arms rest onto the crown. Palms onto the namaskar. Let the awareness drop out of the mind into the body. Awareness is not distance. Awareness is intimacy. Let something be real without being improved. Does that make sense? Awareness is intimacy. When you come into that realization, opening up into the Virabhadrasana, take a mudra. Feel the whole energy of what you call body's life. Unmanaged, uninterrupted by your politeness, uninterrupted by your kindness, uninterrupted by your spiritual texts, uninterrupted by your world matters that you need to fix, family matters, health matters, nothing to fix, nothing to resolve, just a sensation as life. Gentle arch, gently guiding the breath into the elbow, coming back, right arm reaching up, clench and unclench. Right reaching into the back. Touch the floor. Left arm reaching up. Touch the floor. Into a plank. Drop the knees and stretch the spine. Silently recognize I do not need to become more myself. I only need to stop living, because otherwise you have lived in this planet and this body, and you have taken it to a constant battle. Forget about what's the battles going on the surface, but the battle that you are in. Feel the support that has always been here, not about the fight that you need to work on. Deepen the breath slowly. Return gently without the quiet agreement to abandon yourself again. Now, you have to be very careful. This is not the identity again, because some people say, I am becoming more of me, but then ask why it is very strong, because the part you're returning is not strong at all, not force at all, not conflict at all. Palms facing down, crawling and bringing the chest into the front. Take a deep breath in and coming into the up face, coming onto the down face on the out breath. Breathing in, right leg up, right knee to the right chest, stretch back, right knee to the right elbow, stretch back, right knee to the left elbow, stretch back, right foot into the front, arms stretch into the back, arms rest onto the ground, interlacing the fingers, palms facing up, shoulders relaxing, chest open. Bend the knees, sit deeper into the namaskar position. Return gently without that quiet agreement to abandon yourself again. Being good kept you safe. Having a great balance of finance, health, and all that has kept you safe. Being aware helped you to understand, but neither are the same as being real. What is real? Ask only that you remain. Return gently, carry this recognition not as a memory, but as a lived truth. Now, when you come into that place, opening up into the Virabhadrasana, take a mudra. Don't place your thoughts on anywhere. Don't arrange. You don't have to receive any guidance here. Feel the weight of your thoughts and be aware of it. Feel the gravity as the place of the body. There's nothing to hold, nothing to maintain, nothing to perform anymore. Because ask yourself where you're performing to bring your fight, the agitation. You don't need that, because at the moment you do that, you have leaving you. Gentle arch, elbow onto the knee, left arm reaching up, reaching into the back and touch the floor. Right arm reaching up, clench and unclench. Touch the floor into a plank, into a lower plank, up face, down face. Now very gently walk those palms into the back. Shoulders relax. Move the head up and down, side to side. Bend the knee and sit in deeper. Bend the knee and sit deeper. Let the weight of your body hold as the truth. Let the breath move without guidance. Notice any subtle effort to do this correctly. Let that soften. This is not a practice of relaxation. This is a practice of no longer leaving yourself. Now bum onto the floor. Shoulders relax and just open. Now sit deeper. Now bring that awareness to the right hand, thumb, fingers, palm, wrist, arm, shoulder. Move slowly. Feel each part from within. Let the awareness inhabit the body rather than observe from distance. Move to the left side slowly, gently, without rushing. Allow the sensations rather than naming. Bring the awareness to the face. Let the forehead soften. Let the eyes drop back. Let the jaw releases. Let the throat opens. Let the chest receive the breath. Stay here longer. Let the breath touch what has not been touched. The place of that touch that you need to be fixed on the outside. You need a fixation of a material or manifestation. Let the breath touch that avoidance that you need, that these things to improve my life, these things to improve my job, these things to improve my relationship, these things to improve my health. Now, feel the whole body as one field. Notice where you're still holding yourself together. Where are you containing your truth to remain acceptable? Do not answer, feel. Allow the moment to arise where you said, something to be polite, something to be acceptable, something to be with a group that fits the same ideology. But when the inside of the body said, no, this is not real, let the body show you. Where does that moment live? Stay there. Because there's a lot of fixing happening at the moment. But this is not that fix. We are asking, do not resolve. You have the capability to remain, no matter the circumstances are. Let that awareness drop out of the vocabulary. Let that awareness drop out of the thought of the mind. Let that awareness be the body. The energy field of this. But that awareness is not a distance, as I always say. Awareness is intimacy. But something be real without being improved. Let something be real without vocalizing it, without creating image for it. This might feel like a trap that you not feel into exercise. So feel the body alive. But there is no fixing here, so this unmanaged. There is no interpretation, so it's uninterpreted. Nothing to fix, nothing to resolve. There's a sensation as life. Whatever the sensation is like, the weather patterns. Lightning, thunder, shine, cloudy, rain, snowing. Silently recognize that. I don't need to become more of myself. I only need to stop leaving that self to become something else. Now I want you to feel the ground beneath you. Leave everything that all these plans, all these future projections, past memories. Now the breath has been there. So feel the support of the breath. Body has been there. Now feel the ground beneath you and feel the support that has always been here. Not what was there, not what will be there in the future by your force. Now, when you recognize this, I want you to deepen the breath slowly. Take a deep breath in, arms raised onto the ground. Return gently But this time the returning happening without the quiet agreement to abandon yourself, that you came into that realization. Palms onto the namaskar position. Being good kept you safe. Being aware helped you to understand more. But neither are the same as being real. And what is this real? Ask only that you remain. Namaste. And carry this recognition not as a memory, but as a lived truth. So the class was the end of the quiet betrayal. So we have gone into more depth of the practice, and we have maintained the depth of the practice. Good to see it's that Bat's father. Great. Good to see. Namaste to him. So now, hello, Darcy and Rebecca and Daz and the pets. Very nice, very nice. So much of sun. So my love to you all. Today class is so much about, it might give you that gentle nudge. Oh my God, now what? I have peel of my onion so much, and now I don't even have the core of it, and he's asking me to drop that also, because I thought I was in a very good place of my spirituality, my awareness, my spiritual chats, the words that I use, and my community, and now he's asking, be real again. What real? Well, that's how this practice goes. To be in anagami and to become into the space of the Arihat, you gently have to drop further and further and further and further, but not as a doing, but as a realization. And I'm teaching what my teachers have taught me in a very gentle way. Of course, my teachers have not been this kind of teaching. It was very harsh ways of we embody that teachings, but it doesn't have to be that way. And we can do it in our living room rather than running into heaven or India or Sri Lanka or monasteries or to the jungles. When you're ready, the truth comes. It never leaves you. It's the space that holds you. It just, once the veil is gone, you see things more clearly. So my love to you all, Liz, Maria,